ArenaNet started dropping trailers for the new weapons that we will be able to wield in the next update related to Secrets of the Obscure. I actually think they're doing more marketing for this part of the expansion than they did when they launched it back in August. So far, we got 8 trailers for each profession with the exception of Necromancer, which will probably drop before I upload this video or next week. But we can discuss about it anyway as we know what new weapon they will be able to wield. Okay, let's start with the first one that was released. Ranger will be able to wield maces in both main and offhand, and they will work well with support specs, especially being used in the main hand along with the Warhorn. I think this might become the new meta for Druid, and I think this is also ArenaNet's answer to Heal Untamed, so you can use something else instead of stuff, and also gain access to more boons, with the most important one being stability through nature's strength. Next class that was teased was Thff, which gain access to axes, and all I can say is that it looks great. They will synergize well with both power and condi, so it can work with a lot of builds. I think the skills will look very similar to the axe skills used in the Silent Surf fractal. The next class is Warrior, which gains access to Staff, a full support weapon. This took a while to materialize, but we finally have it. Well, I mean, we will have it. I'm not sure how this will work with Berserkers, but with Bladesworn it should be perfect as a heal-a-lack spec. Revenant was revealed at the beginning of this week, and all I can say is, wow, it looks like you have an extendable weapon. I think this is the first time that we see something like this in Guild Wars. I might be wrong, and I'm sure you will correct me in the comments, but wow, it gives me something like a Bleach vibes from Range's sword. But here is a scepter, and the good thing is that it can also be used as a support weapon too. I can't wait to try it out on the 28th. Okay, let's talk about the rest of the classes too. Next we have Mesmars, which will be able to use rifles. I know a lot of us were wondering how the rifle will fit with the upcoming heal chrono. Well, this rifle will be able to heal and grant barrier too. And there's more, you'll have another portal on skill 5, which is not as straightforward to use as the normal portal, but it will be very useful in a lot of situations. Just off the top of my head, I think it will be great for Harvest Temple CM. Also, it looks like for DPS it will be more of a power weapon, but this is based on the description provided in the teaser. But we'll see in about 2 weeks how it synergizes with condi builds too. Next we have Elementalist, which will finally gain access to a range weapon, the pistol. You will actually be able to use this weapon in both hands, and it is designed as both offensive and defensive. I'm curious how it will look with Heal Tempest, but from the trailer and reading the description, it looks like something that will take me a few days to understand, and it will be very fun once I do understand it. Time for Engineers, which will be able to use short bows. It actually didn't make sense why they would give a bow to an engineer, but looking at the skin in the trailer, it is a compound bow. So I guess we can give them a pass on this one. But the design of new skills is interesting, and from what I understand, we will have 4 skills that will be ground targeted, and then they can be combined to create either offensive or defensive effects. And the last class that we got so far is the Guardian, which will gain access to pistols. It looks like pistols were barely used and they are giving access to multiple classes. Anyway, the Guardian will be able to wield pistols in both main and offhand, and they will be focused mostly on ranged condi damage, which Guardian was missing for a while. I think the aim here, no pun intended, or maybe a little, is to have a nice alternative to the offhand torch for condi builds. And while they were at it, they thought it should gain some range too. But I actually like the idea, and I will want to give it a try on Condi Willbender. And Necromancer, which will gain access to swords, and like Guardian they will be able to use them in both main hand and offhand. We do not know yet if this will be a weapon that works for support builds too, and not just Condi. But my guess here is that it will be something that will work with power and support specs, as there are a lot of powerful Condi weapons available for Necromancers. And these are all the new weapons that will be available in the second update for Secrets of the Obscure. I'm really excited to try out all these changes on the 28th, but the most I'm looking forward to is Engineer with short bow, Virtuoso with a rifle for open world, and Revenant with the extendable scepter. That thing looks crazy and fun. Hopefully it will feel good to play too. What about you? Any combinations that you look forward to trying on the 28th of November? Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see more content like this, please let me know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed the video, please click the like and subscribe buttons.